many deaths do you think occur each year from texting while driving? It is said more than 3,000 teens die each year from just that. More than 50% of teens admit to texting while driving, while 23% of auto collisions involve cell phones. I don't know about you, but 3,000 deaths is a lot. There's a lot of lives, and I hope that by taking a few certain steps, we can lower that number significantly. All it takes is a few seconds. It is said that the minimal time your attention is taken away from the road while texting is about 4 seconds on average. That means if you're traveling at 55 miles per hour, you will have covered an entire football field without looking from one end zone to the other. And if you're going 45, you'd go from one end zone to the 10 and 25 miles an hour, or swing back the end zone to the 40. Nolan Feeney states, additionally, teenagers using their phones before a crash did not brake or steer before the collision, suggesting that cell phones have a serious effect on teen drivers' reaction time compared to other distractions. Today, I'll talk about some of the ways I think our country should take in order to lower or minimize these numbers. 3 solutions to this problem would be to increase the fines or punishment, make stricter laws on the subject, and create mandatory classes to educate young teens on the matter. The first solution is to increase the fines or punishment. We have all seen the minimal penalties for texting and driving, such as passing a school zone and seeing the $200 fine sign posted below the speed limit. But honestly, I doubt that stops everyone from looking at their phones when going through an area like that. Like everything today, the heavier penalty you put on something, the less likely it happens. So I believe the solution is simple: put heavier fines toward the subject. Dale Whitcomb states, with estimates that 1 trillion text messages were sent in the United States in 2009 alone, and the fact that drivers who text are 23 times more likely to be involved in an accident, texting while driving is nothing to ignore. But texting fines vary widely across the country, and you'll end up paying a little or a lot, depending on where you get caught. In California, the max penalty is $20 for the first offense. It's the smallest in the country. And Alaska will hit you with a $10,000 fine and a year in prison. A second solution would be to enforce stronger laws. If we enforce stronger laws, I believe it would bring upon the actual seriousness of the subject, thus lessening the amount of deaths per year. There is a handheld cell phone use ban, but is only enforced in 14 states. If all 50 states were to ban the use of cell phones while driving, the number of traffic deaths would decrease due to fewer distractions. Whitcomb also stated that the California Highway Patrol has handed out nearly 163,000 tickets to drivers talking or texting on handheld phones since mid-2008, but has issued only 1,400 texting citations in the past couple of years in a state of 23 million drivers. If the Highway Patrol was to hand out more tickets, the amount of people who break this law would decrease. The third solution to this issue would be to start programs that teens must attend when getting a license. We know every teen must take some kind of driver's education course to inform them of the rules and dangers of the road. So what if the U.S. created a program to go along with it to inform them about texting while driving, drinking, or etc.? As part of the Impact Teen Drivers program, Officer Pennings gives presentations at high schools to raise awareness among teens about their own risky behavior. Although Pennings stresses the importance of other teen driver safety programs, he believes that presentations about texting or talking while driving are more relevant than ones that deal with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. According to his research, fewer teens drink or take drugs before driving than text or talk while driving. He believes the power in the program is that it affects every single one of them. Virtual Driver Interactive Inc., one of the largest driving simulator manufacturers, seeks to modify driver behavior by showing drivers what can happen if they have a crash while driving under the influence or texting while driving. It combines simulated driving and interactions with police, judges, and emergency medical personnel in an intense 20-minute experience featuring a real judge, actual sheriff, deputies, and EMTs. If a program like this was mandatory upon getting a license, I think it would decrease the overall deaths. The dangers of distracted driving, specifically texting while driving, cost thousands of people their lives every year. The number has steadily increased as texting has become increasingly popular. Presently, the 50 states also have their own respective laws regarding policy and punishment when it comes to texting while driving, many of which are not strong enough to force people to put their phones down. With that being said, I believe that increasing fines, strengthening laws, and creating programs to educate on the subject will ultimately decrease the amount of lives lost. I'll now show you a video of an experiment conducted in Hong Kong that took the people there by surprise.